Good morning, class. Welcome to third quarter week 4 Mathematics 9. This time our topic is all about midline theorem. So what is midline theorem? So the midline theorem definition, the midline or mid segment is the segment joining the midpoint of two sides of a triangle. So the midline theorem, the segment that joins the midpoint of two sides of a triangle parallel to the third side and half as long. So based on the given figure, we have the triangle ABC and we have a line segment DE. So this line segment DE serves as our midline. So midline DE is parallel to our side BC. So the measure of our midline DE is half of the measure of the side BC. So if we're going to consider the midline theorem, we have our line segment DE serve as the midline. This is equals to 1/2 of the measure of our side BC. And the measure of this BC, side BC, is equals to 2 times the measure of the midline DE. So let's say we have side BC is equals to 15 centimeters. Then what is the measure of our midline? So based on our given midline theorem, the measure of our side DE or midline DE is 1/2 of the measure of BC. So what we are going to do, so we are going to divide the measure of our line segment BC by 2. Then that serves the measure of the side DE. So this becomes DE equals 1 times the measure of BC over 2. So this becomes the measure of BC is 15, then divided by 2. This is equals to 7.5. So we may now state that the measure of DE or midline DE is equals to 15 divided by 2. That would be 7.5 centimeter. So let's have another example. Let's say this time the given is the measure of our midline DE. So let's say the measure of this midline DE equals 24 centimeter. Then what is the measure of our side BC? So this time we are going to use BC is equals to 2 times the measure of DE. So side DE is parallel to our BC. So we have now BC equals 2 times the given measure of midline DE, 24. Then BC is equals to 2 times 24. The answer is 48. So BC is equals to 48 centimeter. So take a look at the given figure. This time we have two given triangles. A bigger triangle, triangle JOY, and a small triangle PQR. So our triangle PQR formed by the midline of the triangle JOY. So let's have our parallel side and the midline. So midline PQ is parallel to our OY, side OY. So we have PQ equals 1/2 of OY. Next midline PR. So this line PR, line segment PR is parallel to our side JY. So we have PR equals 1/2 of JY. And last midline QR parallel to JO. So we have QR equals 1/2 of JO. Okay, so let's have the measure of our JOY given the measure of the midline. If PQ equals 16 centimeter, then what is the measure of OY? If PR equals 12, then what is the measure of JY? If QR equals 14, then what is the measure of JO? So let us use the unit centimeter or cm. Okay. The question is, what is the perimeter? Perimeter of triangle JOY. So for us to determine the perimeter of triangle JOY, we have to determine the measure of JO, OY, and JY. Perimeter is the sum of the measure of the sides of the polygon. So we are dealing with triangles, so we have the total measure of the sides of the given triangle JOY. So going back to our given, we have PQ equals 16, PR equals 12, and 14. So start with PQ If PQ is 16, then 1/2 of OY. 16 is 1/2 of what number? So the inverse is 2 times the measure of PQ, that is 32. So this serves as the measure of OY. So 32, half of 32 is 16, which is the measure of PQ. Next, 12 for the PR. So PR equals 1/2 of JY. So JY is equals to 2 times PR, that would be 24. So if we divide 24 by 2, that is the measure of PR, which is 12 centimeter. Lastly, QR is 14, so 2 times 14, that serves as the measure of OJO, that is 28. So we have now 32, JO is 28, and JY equals 24. So to determine the perimeter of the triangle JOY, again, when we say perimeter, we have to add the measure of the sides of the given polygon. So we have a triangle as our polygon. So we have 32 plus 28 plus 24. So simply add, then that serves as the perimeter of the triangle JOY. We have 32 plus 28, the answer is 60, plus 80 plus 24, the answer is 84. So use the unit centimeter. Thank you for watching. See you on our next video.